Hello, everyone. Good evening. Rose here. Tonight I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream, which was full of lots and lots of rage called Hug Box Only. So, Foodie did a live stream before this one. She was out and about with her aunt, Phyllis. They went shopping, they did a couple of things, and I don't know exactly what set Chantal off in this live stream, but she exploded. From the little bits that I've gathered, she was very, very angry at French Fry Girl. Allegedly, Frenchie said something about Chantal's aunt, and that just led to Chantal exploding about everything and everyone, especially French Fry Girl. So this live stream went on for a little over 2 hours. Obviously, I'm not going to cover it all, but let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear what I see, okay? So there's Foodie, and she's in a mood. She's big time in a mood. She's mad. Woo, she's mad. It could be her being mad at Frenchie. It could be her being mad at Frenchie. Plus, there are other things lumped in with that, and she's just letting go of all that combined anger at all of us. But I'm just going to sit in and we're going to listen to her talk, and I'm going to make my comments. So let's get to with this, y'all.
Right now, come in and explain how it's not bullying to do what she did. I'd like to know how it's not bullying, how it's only commentary to have a whole fucking channel about one person. I'd like to know how that makes any fucking sense. Really? Really? And talking shit about my family. Yes. Yes, exactly. And all of you supporting her and making comments about Pete's, from now on, you come in here, you talk sideways about Pete's, you're fucking blocked. Because Pete's has done more for me in my life that you don't live, and you have no idea what this man has done for me. So fuck you, all right? I'm going to say it on his behalf. Fuck you.
You know what I love? I love how her loyalty and her friendship to Pete, it's so selective. It's so incredibly selective. Like she'll get on live stream and she will defend him in front of people. Oh, he's done so much for me, and he's done so much. Yeah, he has done a lot for you. You guys were in a 5-year relationship. You were engaged, and this was the man you cheated on. This ride and die man was the one you cheated on, and you did him mad dirty. You left him emotionally and mentally broken. You left him in debt. I mean, he was destroyed after you left. So here you are defending him. And I think what you mean when you say that he's done a lot for you, are you talking about leaving him in debt? Maybe that's the reason why he's lived with you these last couple of years. You know, I've always wondered, why is Pete staying at the villa and not working? I know that he suffers from depression. I acknowledge that. But I think, and this is just my theory, I think that Pete, knowing that Chantal, she's not a person to pay back money that she owes. And I don't know exactly how big the debt is between them, how much debt she put Pete in. But if he's been staying there for the past year or 2 years and not paying the bills and not paying the rent, maybe it's because he's getting a little back of what's owed to him because he knows he won't get it in the form of cash or a check. So maybe he's just getting back a little of what's owed to him by just living there and her taking care of him. But her loyalty to Pete, it's so selective. You know, one minute she's like, he's my friend and he's done a lot for me. The next minute she's talking about getting rid of him and putting him in a room.
All right? Yeah, that's going to stop. You're not going to come in here and bees and disrespect me and Peace anymore. It's not going to happen. Like, seriously. I have an entire fun month planned, so there's no fair use. Look it right the fuck up right now. there has to be a good, valid fucking reason for the criticism. You don't just make your entire channel about someone because you don't like them and you're fucking jealous of their life. Because you are, bitch. You inserted yourself in our fucking relationship and you lied to your audience, who are a bunch of dumb sheep. I don't know how they fucking.
So let me get this straight, Sean. Let me see if I have this correct. Are you saying that every person who reacts to you is jealous of you? That we are reacting to you out of jealousy? You know, I'm not the spokesperson for anybody, but I think I can say in good confidence that no one who reacts to you would trade places with you as far as, do I want my life or do I want Chantal's life? Nobody would trade places with you. Yes, you are making good money on YouTube, but there's nothing else about your life that's appealing. The only thing you got going on for you is that paycheck. Without that paycheck, what would you have? You wouldn't have much. Sorry, I don't feel jealous. I don't know of anybody else that I've talked to that they're jealous. You saying that people are jealous of you, that is a defense mechanism. That's your defense. That's your wall. That's the wall you keep up because you don't want to acknowledge how awful you are, how awful your life is. You're trying to build yourself up as you are better than everybody else. Trust me, you're not. Your life is a mess from top to bottom. There's no jealousy here. None at all.
Believe a word you say. Because no, you want to know where the defamation comes in? Saying I went to fucking Montreal for drugs. Do you know how many fucking people turned against me? And I can prove every fucking lie she told about me.
Can I bring something up, Chantal? Can you please explain that clip that was done recently on one of your recent live streams where you turned the camera away and then we heard a sniffing sound, a very large sniffing sound, and the sound of a tray, and then you turn the camera back around? Can you please explain that? When every other drug you've done on camera, openly, publicly. You'll smoke out of your bong, you'll smoke your joints, you'll eat your edibles, but yet this one thing you couldn't show us. You know, you kind of told on yourself by doing that. That whatever it was that you were doing, you didn't want the audience to see. So isn't it funny? You can show us joints, edibles, whatever else, but this one thing you couldn't show the audience. It kind of looked like you were doing the cola.
I've lost subscribers for it. And every time she fucking goes live, I lose fucking viewers because of the lies she makes up about me, because of the shit she spins about me. Every fucking time she goes live and talks shit about me, things that are not fucking true about my character, about my actions. I never, ever went to fucking Montreal, and I'm gonna get a drug test to bring to court, bitch. I'm telling you, lawyer up. You think I'm playing? I'm not. I have talked to people who know what they're doing, and you're in a lot of fucking shit. That's all I'm going to say. And it might take a while, but I'm here. If I have to start dieting and exercising and eating 1,200 fucking calories a day, bitch, just to take you down and save money, I fucking will. I fucking will. What?
Why can't you have a better diet and take care of yourself for you? Why does it have to be a vengeful get back at you kind of thing? Why can't it be just a, I'm doing this to take care of my health because I'm in bad health thing? Why can't you take care of you for the right reasons? You need it. I mean, you are around the 500-pound mark or over. You're 5 feet tall, Chantal. You listen. I got a little bit of extra weight around the tummy. I don't like it. I can't imagine what it would feel like to have hundreds of pounds around my middle. It's got to be painful. Why not eat healthy and lose the weight for you? Because you need to, because you're at that point where your body's at the tipping point where if you don't do something, you're going to be bedbound or in the hospital. Why look at weight losses and getting back at somebody else's thing? Why not do it for you?
Watch. You think you know me. You think you know me. No. Your aunt and Pete's are great. Yeah, so right now when you see me like this, it's because I've been pushed to this point, and I'd like to know one other than right now, and when I need to defend myself, one fucking video where I make my entire stream about that bitch. Huh? That bully. One. None. So all of the money you've made off of me, I hope you save some. I hope you save some. Because all of you who think I'm broke, good for you, think I'm broke. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, you did say just yesterday, or was it the other day, you told your audience you only had $80 in your bank account. And then strangely enough, you went on a shopping trip with your aunt and you got a bunch of stuff and you ordered takeout. So, okay, so you're not broke. Why did you lie to your audience and tell them you only had $80 in your bank account? What's that about? You haven't been paid yet from YouTube and you don't have a regular job. So if you got more money, good for you. But why'd you lie to your audience? See, and this is the reason why we don't trust you, Chantal, because you lie. Why make statements that aren't true if they aren't true? And then turn around and prove yourself a liar.
We will see. I get pissed when I try to bees and do my shit, and people fucking try to fucking fuck with me for no reason. Because I'm human and things affect me psychologically. Yes, they do.
Can I ask a question, Chantal? How do we screw with you? Do we come into your VIB chat and bother you? Do we come onto your channel and bother you? No. We just do our reactions. It's you, ma'am, who go into chats where you're not welcome and not invited. It's you who go on community posts. It's you that goes on Twitter looking for anything said about you, and then you rage. You invite that kind of misery into your life because you step outside of your hug box and your channel and you look for things to get mad about because you know that's what people look for, the rages. And you got to have a reason to rage. So how do we screw with you? We're just over here reacting. You can choose to ignore it and carry on, but you don't.
All right? When someone is constantly coming fucking for you over bullshit that ain't true, go look at just Breezing's channel. Go look at everybody. Go look at FFG. Their entire channel is all me. And all of it, most of it, is lies. Lies or contriving something, false outrage for nothing. Nothing. No, I'm tired of it. And that's not right. You have a right. Yes, if I do something, if you want to use some of my clips, if you want to use some of my clips, bitch, to criticize things that I actually do, going to get a fucking pumpkin with my aunt, going to Lush with my aunt, and then you have the nerve to fucking insult her? No, you're not going to get away with that. Fuck you. Like, my aunt is so much fucking better person than you. Are you kidding?
Well, I've heard that the aunt said some questionable things during the stream that she did with you, Chantal. Some questionable things. Yes, she did. And as far as people remarking on your aunt, you know the hate that you get. You know the heat that you get. And since you're still talking about this fashion show, which I don't understand why we're still talking about that, why you're still angry about that, that was so yesterday. Same thing with the fashion show. You knew the hate and the heat that you get, and you knew that that heat and that hate would transfer off on the designer and the venue, and it did. They got hate, they got heat, and they came back and told you to remove the video because of it. And I'm sure you're angry about that because you knew going in that you were going to get the hate and you're going to get the heat. And anybody that gets within 5 feet of you, they're going to get the same. But instead of being considerate and decent and saying, maybe I shouldn't do this because these strangers, they don't need my heat. They don't need my hate. Maybe I shouldn't do this for their sake. No, you wanted your 5 minutes in the spotlight and you did it, knowing what would happen, and you didn't care. And as far as your aunt doing the stream with you, you knew that she was going to hear about it. You knew. But you wanted to do a stream with her anyway. You guys could have had a private little shopping trip, no problem. You didn't have to broadcast it. You were spending time with your aunt. Why couldn't you just spend the day with her with the camera off and just have a good time? No, you turned the camera on with her there, and Normally, I would say leave the family alone, but if somebody's coming on live stream with you, in a way, they're kind of consenting, for people to say stuff about them. It's not like she was in the background somewhere and you swung the camera around accidentally. She was all up in your stream. And you knew that she was going to get hate and she was going to get heat, and you didn't tell her, hey, maybe not be on camera with me. No, you wanted to be on camera. And then she was on camera. And I don't know who said what about your aunt. Maybe French Fry Girl, maybe other people, I don't know. But in a way, she was kind of consenting for things to be said about her because she willingly came on camera with you.
Do you know what you fucking look and smell like in real person? You ooze evil. You look like you bleed green, bitch, and you come for people who are good people. Fuck you. You're
not a good person, but keep going.
Funny. You're fucking 40, making fat jokes that 16-year-olds laugh at. You cackling hag.
And you act younger than a 16-year-old. You're almost 40 years old, trying to be a bad girl still, running around acting like a rebellious teenager. Do you have any room to talk about somebody acting immature when you are the queen of immature? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Running around sleeping with married men or whoever will have you, bragging about being passed around. Girl, come on. Come on. That's not what mature 40-year-old plus-year-old women do. They just don't do that.
You should do Vlogtober because you're a fucking witch. Get on your broomstick, fly to the fucking courthouse because I'm fucking suing you. Trust me, it's gonna happen. I don't know where people have the fucking nerve to be like, stay mad. Really? Oh, it's like a character flaw for me to be offended, apparently. It's a character flaw for me to give a shit about my own stuff. To want to protect my channel, my content, my everything. I've never really cared about having a ruined reputation, but you're really pushing it. Yeah, I'm a mess. Yeah, I can be a fucking bitch, as you can see. I think we all have limits as human beings, don't you? I don't know. What did I do today? What did I do in my vlog with my aunt? That was a nice day with my family. You asked me to see my aunt. She was nice enough to take part of my vlog, just like fucking Eva and Guylaine were nice enough to invite me as part of a fucking thing. And where do your fucking fans think it's okay for you fucking stalking hypocritical piece of shit ass to show up and try and fucking ruin? It wasn't a public event, bitch. You were not invited.
Then how did she get in? If it were a private party, private event, how did she get in? It was a public event, Chantal. Public. And I think one of the reasons why you're so angry is maybe if the reactors or anybody wasn't there, you would come back to your audience and say, yeah, the place was packed. There were so many people, but there were very few people there. There were not even 10 people there. You were doing your fashion show, but there weren't that many people there. And because somebody was there capturing the footage, you couldn't lie about what happened. You couldn't spin this tale of I was so popular and the place was packed and it was such a success. You couldn't do that. You absolutely just could not do that. So it wasn't a private event. If it were private, Frenchie wouldn't have been able to get in. She wouldn't have been able to take the footage that she did.
I was personally invited. Invited. You were not invited. Yvan even said that in his message to me. You were not invited, and they are coming. They are looking for you, your real information.
If it's a public event, you don't need to be invited. It's open to the public, Chantal. It wasn't a VIP pass only. No, it was a public event.
So good luck, because Guylaine can afford a fucking attorney. Yeah, she can. And the last I talked to them, they were looking to go legal. I agree with criticism. I don't mind being criticized. I don't care. But there's criticism and then there's fucking harassment and bullying. And at this point, that's what it is. She's the epitome of a low confidence bully. And it's fucking disheartening that so many people believe her shit. It's really fucking ironic that I'm being out to be a fucking liar
Well, you are.
Unless she's done nothing but built her career on lies about me. I never, I swear on every fucking thing holy to me, in my life, ever purchased cocaine in Montreal, ever.
Okay, stop right there. Something I would like to point out. When it comes to someone like Chantal, I've said this many times, I'll say it again. It's about semantics. It's about semantics. So she's trying to defend, I never bought cola in Montreal. But it doesn't mean she didn't buy it somewhere else. It doesn't mean she didn't buy it in Gatineau or Ottawa or some other place. So maybe she didn't buy it in Montreal. Maybe that is the truth. She never bought it in Montreal, but it doesn't mean she didn't buy it somewhere else from somebody else. It doesn't mean you didn't do it, Chantal. There is a clip floating around of you, and I mentioned it earlier, of you being in your room. You turned the camera around so nobody could see. We heard the sniffing noise, and you turned the camera back around, and we've seen you do other drugs on camera besides that. So why did the camera get swung around, and where we couldn't see it, and after you were done, you swung it all the way back around? Why? Because you were doing something you weren't supposed to do. And it's obvious you're doing something for energy because you don't eat healthy. You need something for energy. If allegedly you're doing cola, that's how you're getting energy. It's not from healthy eating or exercise or getting proper sleep. If you're doing cola or something like cola, that will give you the energy to be up and about, to live stream for 6 to 10 hours a day. And it would also explain why you get in nasty moods every few days because you come down from the cola. That would explain it.
Ever. Never, 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 never. She lied to you about that. Are you going to go call her out on it? No, you're going to go fucking super chat her because you're fucking sheep. You fucking are stupid hypocrites. Go ahead. But I don't care. This is what happens when I try to ignore. I try to ignore and people keep pushing till I have to fucking say something and do something. I'm happy with just beezing. I'm happy with just making my own fucking content. I love whenever creators are bullied and pushed to this point and taken advantage of and have to speak up for themselves. Oh, we can't handle it. We don't have thick skin. No, I think I have pretty fucking thick skin. I think I have pretty fucking thick skin.
No, you don't.
To still go out there on that fucking walkway when that fucking bullfrog witch and her fucking little, lapdog. You have some nerve talking about Pete's being my little son. Have you seen her little son at the fucking show? Huh? Yeah, eat shit, hypocrites. Fuck you. And I'm not unblocking anyone because this is my mental health right now. And I don't need people coming in here. If you want to re-sign up and pay me again, do it. Otherwise, I'm tired of your shit. And I don't want the troll. I don't want that kind of trolling in here. Applebee's, people like that, sure. But you're not going to fucking attack my family. That's not funny. Even in a trolling way. That's not funny. That's not funny. You're not funny. You're harassing at this point. You're not funny. Okay? And I want you to leave me the fuck alone. And if you don't, anyway, at this point, it's done anyway. It's a done deal. But at this point, it's probably civil. And if you don't leave me the fuck alone, it's going to become criminal.
In what way is it criminal? I'm sorry. Reacting is not a criminal act. It's not a criminal act, Chantal. But some of the things that you've done are criminal acts. You sure you want to push it all the way there?
It should be criminal. I'm sorry. You weren't invited to that event. And what you did after was fucking psychologically damning to a lot of people and damaging to their image as a business. And you're proud of that. Real fucking upstanding person you are. When did I do that? You want to know the difference between FFG and I? My fucking vlog was very positive and uplifting. Hers was fucking shit, just like everyone who enjoys that shit. Good for you people. You're going to get your karma. Just watch. Fucking Monty got his, that stupid bug-eyed motherfucker. Well, guess what? It's all coming for all of you too. And except for the VI idiots, because all we did was sit in bees, bitch. Yeah, that's right. So we have a clean conscience. And you know it. Yeah, worry about your dead animals.
Wow. Foodie, you shouldn't go there. You really shouldn't go there. I know you don't like French Fry Girl, but it's not nice. She just lost 2 of her pets. And you're a pet owner, and you've got 2 cats. Frenchie hurt very much over the death of her 2 dogs. She hurt very much over them. I'm sure she's still grieving over them because that just it takes a long, long time to recover from something like that. Because those of you that are pet parents, you know we look at our pets as our children. We take care of them. Pets are like 3-year-olds that never grow up. And this attitude that you're giving over ridiculing her over her dead pets, that just shows how much sympathy you're going to have when something happens to one of yours.
If that was my animals who died in fucking sequence like that, oh, it would be a conspiracy. Oh, right. Maybe. Oh, and you're going to tell me that bitch you're talking about my smoking? You're going to tell me she didn't smoke cigarettes with her dogs? And she lied to you about that because she was chain smoking after the event. But that's okay, right? She's not a liar. Not at all. No, your hatred for me and your jealousy for me is clouding your judgment and you're supporting shitty people. I love that for you. It's no skin off my ass. I'm just going to fucking legal up now. No, I don't want to have to do that. Obviously, I would rather focus my time and money on other things. Like, there's no reason for me to even have to do this. Really. We're going off on Chantal's cat that didn't even die. Exactly. My cat's 20. She's gonna die. And I fucking better not hear it. Fucking assholes. Fuck you. What other things did she claim I did? Seriously. That's not fair use. Using, oh, it's edited. Yeah, there's a lot that's not. There's a lot of her content that's not edited. Oh, it's edited today. Ooh. Still using a lot of it for no fucking reason other than to bully, and I will prove that in court.
You know what, Chantal? Since you are throwing around those terms fair use and transformative, if somebody's taking your live stream in its entirety and putting it on their channel, then you'd have reason to yell and scream. But if they're taking your content and transforming it through editing, adding images, splicing things together, adding commentary, that is fair use and transformative, whether it's entire live stream or not. I think you're just angry because you can't control YouTube. The only thing you can control is what you do on your channel. But you can't control YouTube. And you can't change the goalpost. You can't fix the rules the way you want them. So angry at the reaction channels when you forget the fact that the reaction channels are the reason why you still have an audience and you're still making money. Because if you had been on your channel alone, that means you would have had to work extra hard to promote yourself and get your name out there. Because there are so many reaction channels, it takes kind of takes the workload off of you. Yeah, we make a little bit of coin, but we should. We put in a lot of hours reacting to your stuff and editing your stuff and uploading your stuff. We should make a little bit of coin. Some more than others, depending on the channel and their size. But all you got to do is just be on your channel and make your content. And you can make your money. Stop being a salty ass over the whole process.
Yes, I will. You might think she's funnier because she's a fucking lowbrow humor piece of shit bully and people like that. But I'm smarter than her. Sorry, it's true.
If you were as smart as you claim, you would be sleeping around with married men and having to pay men to be with you and running out of money 2 weeks before your payday and taking out payday loans and borrowing money from family. Those are not actions of a smart woman.
Kaya edits nothing? Okay, well, that's another fucking loser that's gonna get it.
She doesn't have to edit. Kaya plays your live streams, but she transforms it. She'll sit there and she'll talk about other things during her live streams. She'll show off snacks that she's bought and discuss how they taste, and she'll tell stories. She is transforming your content. It is transformative. She's just not playing it all the way through with nothing to say. She's got plenty to say, and people enjoy her streams immensely.
Because that's what you are. You're a loser. If that's all you do is bully other people and steal their content and think you have something important to contribute, which, what, who cares about your 2 cents, Kaya, and your crappy shed? Nobody!
There she goes, shaming Kaya for where she lives. She doesn't live in a shed. And right now, Chantal, you're in transition. Okay, you're in transition. You're not even moved anywhere yet. Kai has a place to live. You're in transition. There's no telling where you're going to end up. And you know what? It doesn't matter. If you live in a mansion or a motel room, you don't have the right to shame somebody for where they live. We all live where we live, what we can afford. There's no shame in that. Even if you live in a room in somebody's house, if that's all you can afford, it's home. No shame in where you call home.
Newsflash! Other than my fallen haters. Lauren Serpinado, looking good for me. Lauren! And you guys know I'm not yelling at you guys. I appreciate your support. And I only put that community post out asking if people, because I know people who have offered to help me. You know, and people, there are people who watch your things. If you happen to have some timestamps, I'm not asking you to go out of your way. If you want to help support anti-bullying, beating, then send them my way, because I have to do that. I have to.
You know what, Chantal? If you have this immense hatred for Frenchie, I mean, really immense hatred, then you'll put the time and the work in to report her and strike her yourself. You don't use your audience as your own private army to go after another channel and mass flag them. You just won't do that. That's against terms of service anyway. To do that, you can't do that. No channel is allowed to do that, not even you.
Subject myself to watching the bullying, which is mentally distressing. Do you want me to just break down and just admit that it bugs me? Is that what you want? Do you want me to fucking cry and be fucking vulnerable and look like a piece of fucking sensitive shit in front of all of you? Do you want me to look like a pussy? Because I can do that. I don't mind. Why do you care about FFG when she just got outed for having several court cases because she didn't pay rent? Are you serious? There you go, bitch. Talk about your own messy life.
Okay, so she's rent shaming now. Can I say something about that? A lot has happened in the world the last few years because of the virus. A lot of people are behind on their rent or have been behind or been evicted. No shame in that. I don't know Frenchie's situation or what her situation was then as far as these court cases. But from what I've seen, it revolved around rent. But Chantal has no right to speak on it. Has no right at all. She didn't know what was going on then. I mean, she's over there with her messy life, barely living paycheck to paycheck, always going broke. She has no right to finance shame another person, even somebody she hates. As I said, a lot of people lost their jobs, couldn't pay rent, got evicted, whatever. It happens. You know, sometimes you just do everything you can and you just can't pull yourself out of a hole fast enough. But she's going to try to use the fact that these things happen to Frenchie as weapons against her. And you can't do that, Chantal. You just can't.
Because at least I pay my fucking rent.
No, you don't pay your rent. Your audience pays your rent. Let's get that straight. Your audience pays for your food, for your drugs, for everything. You don't go out and earn it. You don't work. You just turn on a camera and make money, but you don't work. You don't pay for shit. Everybody else pays for your shit.
What, you're not making enough money bullying me? That's sad. Shit, to think that you have to destroy your soul for free? I fucking feel bad for you, bitch. Wow. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not going to call you a bitch. Actually, I do feel bad. So you're a wonderful person. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything right after this stream. Actually, I can do it right now. It's not just her either. Just everything. Oh, please, Beezer Juice. Calling her bitch one time? I think she deserves that. Fuck it. You want to call me a bad person for calling the fucking bitch who just insulted my family every fucking day, talks shit about me, and fucking harassed me at the fucking fashion show? You think I have a problem with her calling her bitch once in a while? Sorry. Coming for your aunt is low. I would be just as mad. Unfortunately, this is the messed up world we live in. Tear down others and you can make money. She has nothing to show for herself, so she comes for you. What don't you... Holy fuck. And they don't believe what I say because they believe the lies told to them. Because they have a creator. This is the psychology, the simple-minded psychology of people. 17 months. Put together your notes and go after her. You have a whole year and a half of her bullying and using you for content. Yep. And it's clearly not just YouTuber gossip, because it's even in the terms of service. Targeting one fucking person over and over. So why is YouTube, like, YouTube is the worst fucking company for enforcing shit for anything, and their striking system doesn't even fucking make sense half the time.
Chantal's over there complaining about the terms of service and YouTube as a company, when it's YouTube that she's on to make money, first of all. Secondly, this woman, she knows all of the loopholes in the system and she exploits the hell out of them. Like, she knows she can do a completely offensive against the terms of service live stream, and all she has to do is dirty delete it, and YouTube will just throw up their hands and go, well, it's not on their channel anymore, so there's nothing we can do. You know, she knows all the loopholes. And she has broken terms of service, I don't even know how many times. Her videos have been reported hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and yet YouTube still allows her on the platform. And she does things on her live stream that if any of us, meaning the reactors, or anybody on YouTube, if they did anything like Chantal, they'd be gone in a heartbeat. Like her always coming on camera and taking off her shirt, that is against terms of service. So you're over there bitching about the terms of service, Chantal, but yet you exploit the terms of service and get away with it. But not you complaining about the terms of service when you don't follow the terms of service.
Like, it really doesn't. It's the worst system ever. This needs to be your last rage. Start suing and striking. Oh, mm-hmm. Yep. The Mexican cartel. I need you right now, guys. Welcome to Vampire Beezer's Ready Set Me. Do you like this wig, guys, or what? It was the cheapest one I bought. Like, it's cheaper than a Party City wig, and it's amazing. I know. Dog exterminator Feldman. I honestly would like to hear how someone who supports her can just fully be like, Foodie Beauty's lying, but then just without any investigation whatsoever, just believe everything this fucking person tells them when they've lied more to that. When she's lied more to her audience than I've lied to anybody in my life. I'm not even kidding. Seriously. You can't, that's defamation, dummy. Oh, what defamation? Yeah, you want to know? You want me to fucking list it? I will. Wait till I have my file ready. Oh, you can't even clean your room. You're not gonna. Oh no, today I can't clean my room. That's how I operate. One day I wake up and I fucking boss up, and you know it. So
when does that ever happen? We've heard all the promises about I'm going to clean my room, I'm going to clean up my life. When has that ever happened? You've been promising everybody for days to clean up your room and start packing. You haven't done it yet. If anything, you're doing longer and longer live streams, and you're not getting anything accomplished. Nothing at all.
it's have I given up yet? Here I am, moving to a fucking mansion. So don't underestimate me. She smokes weed every day. She complains about me smoking weed? How are dummies going to sit there being like, oh, we need Foodie Beauty? Meanwhile, the person you're admiring is just as dumb. Like, and it does has just as bad habits. I don't like your life habits. Oh, sorry, I'm an adult. I can smoke weed if I want. Go watch something else. God. Mansion Arc is gonna be sweet. You should have slapped the fuck out of her. Honestly, I would if I had known, right? I would have fucking. They would have asked her to leave. I would have just gone to Eva, and they own that place. I would have said, yeah, that was a private. That was her private store. So I would have said, this bitch is here to disrespect us. Get her the fuck out of here. And that would have been.
Well, you just said something, Chantal. It was somebody else's private store. And you were just a model in a fashion show. You can't order people around to do things. You were just appearing in the show. That's it.
Okay. That would have been it. And then she would have looked like a dumbass. But I was nice. And I was like, okay, she's being respectful, so I'm not going to say anything, you know? Let her fucking stay, whatever, have fun. But no, I'm not okay with that. Sorry.
So I'm confused. You just said she was respectful. How did she ruin the show?
And you know what? It's okay to not be okay. Why do I have to keep convincing myself that I'm okay with bullying, that I'm okay with the fucking stalking and harassment? And I know it sounds dramatic, but that's essentially what it is. If you show up somewhere not invited by someone that you talk shit about every day, you think they're going to give you a warm welcome hug? No, you knew exactly what you were doing there. You knew exactly you were going there to start shit because you know I don't fucking like you. So I mean, you're showing up at your enemy's event. That's fucking stalking and harassment, bitch. You're crazy. Lulu, member for 10 months. Imagine someone in real life asking her what she does for a living. Oh, I troll another YouTuber and critique her whole life. No, I fat shame. Yeah, somebody looks up her channel. Like, imagine she has a really decent job, you know? Like, imagine they get wind of her channel. Imagine they see that. Like, and then she has the nerve. Chantal tries to dox my job. Really? You dox everything. You fucking idiot. Oh, and they keep ruining that in my face. I doxed her. Accidentally showed her number. Accidentally. So, okay, prove it was malicious. Like, there was no and anything you have to say about that is easily dismissed with the fact that, number one, it's in the past, and she still is the one who keeps coming after me. Number two, I offered to pay for her fucking number change and apologize. So you know what? You need to shove that so far up your effing ass that it comes out the other end somewhere else in fucking China. Because that rumor is stupid at this point. I offered to change her number and pay for it, and I apologize for accidentally doxing her. So again, people keep saying she went to a public event. Bitch, she wasn't going before you announced it. She wasn't invited. I have proof of that. So Plain and simple.
So you just said something. You said that you just said it was a public event. It wasn't private. It wasn't like she crashed a private party. It was a public event, open to the public.
She wasn't invited.
If it's a public event, you don't have to be invited. You can just show up.
Strike FFG and Breezy. Breezy does zero editing. I know, and she always just fucking her stupid rolly eyes. What are you rolling your eyes about? What are you rolling your eyes about? I'm literally. This is what I'm saying. People just have a problem with everything I do. She took a clip of me going to buy a pumpkin, and you have to roll your eyes about that. Like.
So, listen. You don't like Breezy. Okay, you don't like Breezy. You don't like FFG. You're coming for Breezy, and Breezy doesn't use your entire live stream. She does like small little clips. So she's not using your entire stream, Chantal. She takes little highlight clips and puts them on her channel. So that's editing, ma'am. That's fair use. That's transformative. And she adds commentary. So how is that not fair use and transformative if she's doing that?
Like constantly beating up on one person when they don't even do anything, yeah, that causes people who have no brain to think for themselves. It just causes people to just think that automatically of you, and then I have to sit here and rage and defend myself on dumb shit.
No, you don't have to. You want to. Because you're an angry person. You've said you've got an anger problem. You've said that yourself, Chantal. I've got an anger problem. I've got a temper. And you need someone or something to rage at to let that anger out. You got to have a target. So you pick the reaction channels. You might go off about one reaction channel in particular for a little while, and then pick another one, then pick another one. It's just something you do because you're angry. So you pick the reaction channels to be mad at. And I think you going off on the reaction channels, it has less to do with the content they do. It has more to do with your life and the fact that you're feeling a lot of rage and self-frustration, and you just, instead of dealing with it the right way, you project it on other people. You know, you're mad at yourself for a lot of things, but rather than look at yourself and change yourself to where you're not an angry person, you take it out on other people, on the reactors, on your own audience, whoever is closest to you.
That wasn't her real number. It was a burner number, and she said that. You doxed nothing. There you go. I doxed nothing. We're not even close to equal. So even when I was going through the shit with Natter, you think that she was trying to help you. She made, I'm telling you right now, I promise you, she made the experience so much more traumatic. So,
you know what? I'm sick of her. Give me just a second. There's something I'd like to do, because I just want to show you guys something absolutely revolting. Absolutely revolting. Something I've never seen ever. I just want to show you guys something just to remind you. Okay. Let's see if it's still here, if she hasn't deleted it. Oh, there it is. Let me just get out of this window for a second. So here's Chantal's community posts. Just a little brief clip back in time. This right here. This right here, Chantal. You were going through this shit with Natter, right? He was so abusive. He was such an awful person. Yet here you are. What date is this? You know what? Just so you can't say anything. This was 2 days ago, ma'am. 2 days ago. You actually sat down 2 days ago and made a loving little collage of you and your abuser. Happier times. And you tagged Natter in it. You tagged your abuser. You wanted him to see this. Happier times. Just went through my old albums to make room for this year's throwback to good times that were all lies. This is you being nostalgic about your abuser. Let me tell you something, Foodie. If the abuse was real, all the pictures that you have of Natter, you would have thrown those away long ago. You would have burned them if you had them physically. I can't think of a single person who's been through abuse that would keep photos or any mementos of their abuser. I certainly can't think of somebody who would sit down and make a collage of different happy photos of their abuser. That's just revolting, sickening, nauseating. You know, it's shit like this that point in the direction that all the abuse you talked about, you lied about.
So much more. A lot of you did. Because all you do is fucking victim shame. All you do. Oh, she's back with Koki. Oh, so what's my crime here? Being in an abusive relationship and loving someone I shouldn't? Real.
Oh, y'all catch that? Being in an abusive relationship as if she's still in it. Not, she didn't say I was in an abusive relationship, indicating something in the past. No, she said in. Now, I've been saying for the longest, her and Natter never stopped talking. And I'm just going to say this now before she even moves. I'm going to put this out there. This is just a theory, just a strong theory. I think that Chantal is determined to be with Natter. And Natter, he's very self-serving. It's all about what benefits him. So think about where Natter once was. He was once in Gatineau at the trap house. He went from the trap house to the condo, courtesy of Dee Dee. So Chantal wants Natter. So she's got to put something big on the plate for him to pay attention. So she's pulling out all the stops. You know, she's got to offer something bigger and better than a condo. So what's bigger and better than a condo? A mansion. She's pulling out all the stops to get Natter. She wants to win Natter. She's determined, our girl. She'll put herself out there and obligate herself to rent that is more than what she's used to paying, just so she can say, I won. Chantal does not like to lose. She wants to be with Natter. She's over here making ridiculous collages of Natter. This is her trying to get in touch with him and say, hey, I'm moving. Move in with me. Come see me. I'm going to have a nice big place with a nice big kitchen, and you can do your cooking lives in there. She's pulling out all the stops, y'all. She's trying to entice him to come be with her or see her at this new place. She's never let go of him. And as long as she's got money, Natter's not going to let go of her. You can trust and believe that. If she's got $5 in her pocket, he wants it. These two are not done with each other. She's still taking care of him. He's over there showing up with groceries that he can't afford. Who do you think is paying for all that stuff? These two are not done. What she says to the audience and what goes on when the camera's cut off are two different things. She lies to her audience, but then the camera's turned off and she's a much different person. She's taking care of him. She's supporting him. I mean, he can't support himself right now. He's not been streaming as much. You know, she's doing it all.
Really? So I deserve this abuse. I deserve to be bullied because of that. Just like a lot of women, huh? Fuck you. You're all shit. Honestly, if you think that way, you're shit. Big shit. Big stinky doo-doo. Yeah. Do I regret being nice to her? I'll never regret being nice. No. Nope. Because again, I don't know how she's probably sitting there going, ha, I should have had a revenge and ruined it. That's a reflection of you. That's your actions. So why am I responsible for her actions? I'd like to know that. I will take responsibility. I will never announce again because of this, because of weirdos, what I'm doing, when I'm doing. We can't have nice things until they're done. So that's it. Hi, Chris Cross. Nat, oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not even going to address that. Again, and that is stupid and victim shaming to say that somebody falsely reported SA. You don't say that about May. You don't say that about anybody. So why me? Why do I falsely accuse him, but not May, not anyone else? I'd like to know. Because
I'll give you one reason right now. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry. I've been through DV and SA, Chantal. I never did this for my abuser. I would never think of doing this for my abuser. I don't think any person who's been through DV and SA would do this for their abuser, but you did. Here's your reason right here. Who the fuck does this? Who makes a collage of loving pictures from their abuser? Especially after claiming that we're done, we haven't seen each other in months. Who does this shit? Quick answer, nobody. Nobody except for somebody who lied about a bunch of shit and doesn't want to admit they lied about a bunch of shit. And the reason why they lied was to make money off of SA and DV and trigger the hell out of their audience. Nobody but you.
because I dropped the charges. Okay, so let me just see here. On average, how many times does an abused woman drop charges on their spouse?
And you can't hide behind those stats because the situation for a lot of victims is very different. They live with their abuser. They have children. They have nowhere to go, no resources, no money, no car, no way to get away. Living in fear that if they found a way to get away, that their abuser would hunt them down, find them, and do more harm to themselves or somebody else. That was never the case with you. You were never in fear of Natter. Even after these charges, you are meeting up with him in motel and hotel rooms, being in spaces alone with this man, eagerly taking him gift packages. Your words and your actions were completely contradicting each other. You're a liar. I'm going to say it now. You never went through any kind of abuse. Never. You're a great big liar.
Or boyfriend. Oh, what abuse looks like, domestic violence. Okay, here we go. Do I need to read a whole fucking page? I think I need to educate people on on abusive relationships, narc abuse, trauma bonds, whatever you were all trying to educate me on when I was with Natter, because I was ignorant. You're all now ignorant about. Every fucking detail about an abusive narc relationship that you were all crying and screaming about when I was with Natter and didn't see it, now that I'm out of it and you have nothing to fucking hate me for, now you're the ignorant ones when it's convenient for you to be ignorant on domestic violence, right? Right? Now you don't know the amount of times that women it takes.
You know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now. She hasn't moved yet. This is just a prediction from me. She's going to move into her new place. If it's the mansion, she's going to move in there. And she's going to have Natter move in there or stay with her. And for a while, she's going to keep it under her hat. And then she's going to expose Natter being there, that she's talking to him. We know Chantal. She can't keep anything to herself. She can't keep her mouth shut. If there's a man within 5 feet of her, she's got to talk about him. It's going to get exposed at some point that they're seeing each other, talking to each other. He's spending time over there, and things are going to get blown wide open. And then she's going to come back to her audience and say, you guys just don't understand. I love him. I'm saying it now before it happens because I know it's going to happen. You think Chantal's going to move into a great big house and not want Natter there? He's the very freaking reason why she's getting this place. She's doing it to entice him to be with her. Because up until now, Natter's been with Dee Dee in the condo, and Natter is always looking to move up in the world, courtesy of somebody else's pocketbook. She's doing this for Natter, y'all. I'm telling you. It's all a ploy to get Natter to be with her.
Women to leave. Now you are ignorant on the details of domestic violence because it suits your narrative to fucking hate on me. Okay, whatever. All right. He did something that sexually made me very uncomfortable and did end up hurting me. It was
screw you, Chantal. You made those claims, then you went and you spent time with him. Screw you. You're a liar.
It was a gray area for me because I loved him. I wanted to still be with him. And it happens more often than you think that something makes a woman uncomfortable. And then the legal definition of rape. There's different. I don't mean just uncomfortable as in like, no. I mean, something happened that really did affect me. And so I was always like, was it essay? Was it not essay? Was it essay? Was it not essay? And to me, I felt violated, but was it enough to legally accuse him? Because I still did have consensual sex with him. So that's why I reversed it, because I didn't know what the fuck to do. So for you to shame me for that, okay, good for you. You're wonderful. I love it. Louis, so it's okay though, but it's totally believable that he would SA May and people, oh yay. But when it comes to me and my story, I'm just a big fat fucking liar. That's what it comes down to.
That's because May never changed her story. You've changed your story, I don't know how many times. She's always stuck to her story. One story, that's it. Her truth. And your story keeps changing. See, that's the difference, Chantal. What she tells people is the truth, and the truth never changes. There's no variations to it. Yours is just a story, a made-up story, because you keep flipping it one way or the other. So your story is just that. It's a story. It's not the truth, though.
Louise Anne-Marie Feldman. She's on Twitch. Twitch is extremely strict with terms of service.
Oh, there we go. Y'all, I am so sorry. Frenchie, I'm sorry. I didn't know they were going to read off that name. I apologize, ma'am. But people in her chat saying Frenchie's name. This is wrong. Nobody should be saying her real name.
You could easily have her Twitch account removed and banned permanently for bullying and harassment. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's coming. I'm telling you. I always never do anything because, again, how many chances have I given people? How many years have I been on YouTube? And like, there's no other YouTuber other than me and Amber Lynn who get beat up on the way we do. And you can't even fucking deny it. You don't care about us as people, so it doesn't affect you. But you can't deny that that's the truth.
You know what, Chantal? You accuse your audience and you accuse the reactors of not caring about you. But a lot of people have come forward and tried to express their care. I've seen it. I've seen people in your own chat say things to you to try to help you, giving you tips about how to eat better, how to exercise, everything. Offer up different things you could do to make yourself better. You're in a position right now where you could make yourself better, but let's be honest, you don't want to be better. You don't want to change yourself because you're making too much money being a train wreck. It's being a train wreck for you is profitable. But don't you sit there and accuse your audience or the reactors or anybody of not caring about you. When the people that do care about you, you don't give a damn about. You don't care. You're not going to listen. You don't want to listen. You don't care about other people. It's really sad that there are more people that care about you than you care about yourself. You cared about yourself, you wouldn't live the way that you live. Even if we did care, what are you going to do? You're not going to take our advice. You're not going to take anybody's advice. You're going to live the way that you live because you're making money on it.
And that's the point. So there you go. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice day. What was I smoking? Put down the hash pipe, lady. I got my problems. Oh.
Pardon me? What was that? She said, put down the hash pipe. You're smoking hash? Ma'am.
Oh. And I don't want to be shamed about what I'm talking about anymore. I don't want to hear your snide little comments coming in here going, oh, sorry, I don't want to hear about that on your channel today. Do I have to be very specific about what I talk about in my title so that you know whether to click or not? How about this new rule? When you come in here, be prepared to know what's going on in my life. You know what's going on in my life. So you know it's a possibility that I was in an abusive relationship, right? So it's a possibility that might come up. It's a possibility I might cry about things. It's a possibility that the hate might get to me and affect me mentally, and I might want to vent about it. So if that's not okay for you, well, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. You'll have to find another channel because guess what? How many YouTube channels exist on YouTube?
On you or just in general?
There are at least 10 million. Oh no, sorry. Number of YouTube channels?
Oh, it just occurred to me. Everybody take a look at this picture right now, because a picture says 1,000 words, right? Isn't that the old saying? This picture right here that we're looking at, it just occurred to me that Chantal is only control of everything directly in front of her channel, of the people on her channel. What's in front of her as far as YouTube, that's the only place she has control. But look at her real life behind her. There's no control there. There's no structure. There's no anything. So if there was ever a picture of Chantal's life, a correct picture, it would be this one, where everything that's directly in her face with that camera, she's in control of. But look at everything behind her. Look at the chaos and the mess behind her. Just the perfect picture of her real life versus her YouTube life, how different they are. That camera is the only place where everything is in control. That everything behind her, there's no control at all.
I don't even know. There's just too many. There's not even a straight answer. There you go. There's not even a fucking Google answer for how many exist. So go watch something else and let me talk about whatever I want in peace. You don't have to like it, but I don't care. Okay? Because I was just picking a pumpkin today. And yesterday, I was just hanging out with my aunt going to Lush. There's no controversy. There's no criticism needed by somebody who bullies me on a daily basis to talk about that. Yeah, I have a pumpkin. We need to go buy stencils. Maybe tomorrow, I guess. FFG had 8 court cases in 2 years for failure to pay rent. Really? I don't give a fuck about her life. That's the problem. I just care that she's a shit. I just want her to leave me the fuck alone. Why is she even talking about me? What the fuck? You don't like me. Fuck off. What do you guys think of this dress? Yay or nay? I'm on the fence about it. What? So how the fuck? I could never make a channel right now and shame a woman going through what I know I went through. I could never do it. Never. And did I shame Dee Dee a lot of times? Fuck yes. I fucking hated her guts. Are you kidding? Do you know how emotionally charged that whole dynamic was? You don't. Because you weren't in it. Anyway. I gave people the information for the fashion show. Well, what she did after, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Was it on their website? The actual like address of where it was taking place? I don't know. She was friendly to me there, yeah. But it's what happened after, exactly. Of course she's gonna be friendly to my face. She's a fucking coward. Bullies are cowards. That's why don't people realize that?
Not Chantal calling Frenchie a coward when she was right there in front of Frenchie and she could have said anything she wanted and she didn't. This is so Chantal. That she'll act all big and bad behind a camera and run off at the mouth, but the moment somebody gets in front of her, she shuts up.
Baby store. Guylaine did nothing but promote positive body positivity, which you need a hell of a lot of. And, you know, like, everyone there, that's all. Like, there's no reason for it to, you know, like, I can take the criticism exactly. I'm used to. I'm a public figure. Not everyone can handle that. My aunt said that when I told her what happened. I didn't even want to tell my aunt what happened because I don't burden my family with my problems. They are so out of the loop. I bottle up all my problems, and this is why.
Your family, I'm sure, is so embarrassed by you that they keep their distance because they want nothing to do with you. They're smart. They stay as far away from you as possible because they don't want your dirt. They don't want the negativity that comes with you.
This is therapeutic for me. I come on here and I talk to people. So when I come on here, I guess hug box, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I expect to be met with warmth and people like friends, people who care.
Your hug box are not your friends. They are your enablers. They would just be members on your channel if you weren't an addict, indulging in your addictions and your obsessions, but you are, and so they are. You don't want friends, Chantal, because friends don't try to control friends, and they don't constantly bully and intimidate them, and they don't ridicule them. These people that you call your friends, you're abusive to them. You're verbally abusive. You rage at them and then you come back and apologize, and then you rage again. Just a constant cycle. And these people in your VIB chat, they put up with it because they don't realize that they are involved in an abusive relationship with you. They don't think of it that way, but that's what it is. You can be in an abusive relationship with somebody and not get physically struck or hurt, even from thousands of miles away. If you're subjecting yourself to someone who is abusive, who ridicules you, mocks you, intimidates you, bullies you, that's an abusive relationship. And they keep coming back for more, and so you keep dishing out more. And yet these are the people you call your friends. Well, maybe you don't need friends because you don't know how to treat a real friend.
People who, you know, like aren't just always seeing the negative, you know?
That's all you show. Negative.
It's just
where's
sickening.
the positive? Where's the positive on your channel? I'd like to know. Start showing that.
Thanks, Sofa. I'm here because Chantal is my favorite weight loss YouTuber with a great sense of nutritional intake. Right! Have some, like, she's like a celebrity of Quebec. It's not like a huge Hollywood celebrity, but she's an accomplished, smart lady. Okay? And if you shit on her, you're a fucking asshole.
No, you know what? Shame on you. Shame on you for knowing the reputation you have on YouTube and the heat that you bring. And this person, I don't know the designer. I'm sure she's worked very hard on her brand, on her reputation. And you knew that going into it that there would be heat, and you brought it anyway because you wanted to say, I'm a fashion model. I was up on a runway. You weren't considerate of other people. You weren't considerate of the other models that were there in the show. No, you had to have your 5 minutes. You should have said, no, I'm not going to do this. because I have respect for the other models. I have respect for the designer. They don't need any kind of heat or any kind of flack that's going to bring in because of me. No, you're a narcissist and you wanted to have your ego stroked. So you did. And then they had to do damage control after it was over because of you, Chantal. Had you not been there, they wouldn't have had to go through that.
So now none of that's going to happen. None of it. Because of her bullying after the show. Yeah, it is all your fault. Sorry. What? If you hadn't shown up and bullied everybody at the show and then published it and ruined their image, then and made a joke of it, then yeah, things would be different. So yeah, it did make a difference. And you did ruin it, and you set out what you did to do, and you did it well. So congratulations. I guess that's what you were looking for.
You know, I have to wonder if Chantal did the show and then afterwards she went straight home and she published the footage of the fashion show on her channel, and the designer got heat because of that. And then directly after Chantal put her stream up, Frenchie put her stream up and did her react. If Chantal did it first and there was heat because of that, will we be having this conversation? You know, she's pointing the finger at Frenchie, saying it's her fault, it's her fault, it's her fault. No, it's your fault, Chantal, for doing the fashion show in the first place. Knowing the reputation that you have and how much people don't like you, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. Or you could have done it and kept your mouth completely shut about it, and nobody would have known. Just showing the footage afterwards, like, surprise, hey, I was in a fashion show. Nobody would have known, and there wouldn't have been any heat, or at least not as much. You set this whole thing in motion, the whole doggone thing. And you're still salty over the fact that you did the show, you got the footage, but then you sat on it for more than 12 hours. Frenchie published her footage first. You're mad about that, although if it mattered to you, you would have gone home and you would have published it first before anybody else, but you were too busy getting high and going to sleep.
Wanted to have a fun, positive event. Use it to bully and fat shame for her channel. Yep. She's just beating you down. Don't let her hurt you anymore. Go take her down for who the real queen is. I have to do something.
You're not going to do anything.
She put her aunt in the thumbnail. There's something wrong with that. Yeah, why do I have to go through all her videos, and prove, why can't YouTube fucking, hey, this person's problematic and causing problems?
Because YouTube ain't got that kind of time. Anybody who knows YouTube knows that if you want to report a video, you got to give timestamps, because YouTube they're not going to sit there for 6 to 12 hours watching a bunch of footage. They want timestamps. So if you really hate Frenchie that much, you will take the time and get those timestamps. Stop being lazy. If you're really on a roll, Chantal, you will put the time in to doing something other than getting high and sleeping and eating.
Why don't you fucking look at it yourself? Why does the creator have to do it? It's fucking ridiculous. Because her streams are long, so they want you to go through and find timestamps.
Right?
I understand that, but that's just stressing. I don't want to have to listen to her. I listen to her voice for 2 minutes, and I want to fucking, honestly off myself. It's so painful to listen to her.
Have you listened to you lately? Can you imagine listening to you for 6 to 10 hours a day, every day? Trust me, it makes my ears bleed.
Shit, thing, and these people call me Chins. I see them in her comments, Chins. Meanwhile, she's there with a friggin' pelican thing. What the fuck? How many people emailed me, including him. He actually sort of thanked me for not making a bigger deal out of it. I don't know, people really have an image of me as a person. I'm not. That's why. That's the problem. I'm not, and yes, I'm using this as proof. I do not have any interest in trying to fuck people's lives. The only time you hear me rage is when I have, Yeah, against Nader and Didi, I'm sorry. When the fucking threesome happened that weekend before, yeah, I was out of my mind. I was snapped and drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting thing about that. It was so traumatic, and yet she did the threesome twice. Okay, really? It was so bad you did it twice? Twice, Chantal.
Yes, I was fucking black and evil, and I needed Jesus. Pays a lot of bills. So, like, I feel bad after. You know how I am. I rage and then I feel bad. So that would get on my conscience, knowing that somebody's been taken down and now they can't pay their rent already as it is. So yeah, that bugs me a little bit, you know. But I mean, if it comes to a point where my mental health is suffering and my money is being affected, then I have to protect myself.
You know, what's affecting your money is not a reactor, Chantal. It's you. It's you. You take money out of your own pocket. You spend money on things that you really shouldn't be buying. Tons and tons of edibles, green, multiple takeout orders in one day. You'll spend hundreds of dollars in takeout a day, which is absolutely insane. You do live streams where you play copyrighted music, which means the companies can claim the revenue. You do streams and then dirty delete, which takes more revenue out of your pocket. It's not us taking money out of your pocket, it's you. It's you being stupid about the money you do receive and cutting yourself off from money that you could get just because you're a spiteful person.
You know, still there, so
You know what? We're already like in an hour and 21 minutes, so let's just do some quick comments and call it a night. Oh, my bad. Comments are turned off. See, this is her. This is what Chantal does when she gets in trouble. She turns the comments off. Although that hurts her engagement. She turns the comments off. So no comments today. It's okay though. It's perfectly fine. So I'm going to end this react here and post it to my channel and see what else she's been up to tonight. So thank you guys for spending some time with me and watching this react video. If you can, please like and subscribe and leave a comment yourselves. My comments aren't turned off. Y'all have a good night and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.